sports fans, and welcome to the Scout Sports 101 AFC Championship post-game show. I'm sorry, a little bit late doing it. Everything looked so familiar at Arrowhead Stadium on Sunday. Patrick Mahomes hoisting the AFC Championship trophy as confetti rained down. Andy Reid hugging Chiefs owner Clark Hunt, and Travis Kelce kissing Taylor Swift, grabbing the mic and imploring fans to once more party the night away. The two-time defending Super Bowl champions had earned a chance at an unprecedented three-peat, and once again they had brushed aside the Buffalo Bills on the way. This time it was Mahomes' arm and his legs, 245 yards passing and a touchdown, two more scores rushing, and some key stops by the Kansas City Chiefs defense that preserved a 32-29 victory over the Bills in the AFC Championship game. It's just so hard to get to the Super Bowl, and I don't take it for granted. And to do it again at Arrowhead Stadium was special. Mahomes said, "You get that trophy on that stage, and you look around here, and there's not an empty seat. It's special." The Chiefs will get a familiar foe in the big game in the Eagles, whom they beat 2 years ago for the title. Philadelphia romped to a 55-23 victory over the Washington Commanders earlier Sunday to earn a shot at the champs on February 9th in New Orleans, Louisiana. It's the fourth time since January 2021 that the Chiefs have ended the Bills' season in the playoffs, and like all the rest, it came after a heavyweight fight between two of the top teams, in the AFC. One that was tied 29-all after Buffalo quarterback Josh Allen found Curtis Samuel on the back of the end zone to set up a little more drama in the conference championship game. Mahomes was simply unflappable, though. He completed 4 consecutive passes on the ensuing possessions, setting up Harrison Butker's go-ahead field goal with 3:33 left, and put the Bills in another do-or-die situation in Kansas City. Allen got their drive going by running for a first down, but his next two throws were batted at the line of scrimmage. He hit Amari Cooper for a short gain on third down, and the Bills chose to go for it. They were 4 and 5 on fourth downs at that point, and the Kansas City blitz forced Allen to loft up a prayer that Dalton Kincaid was unable to corral deep downfield. The Chiefs took over and picked up a couple of first downs and began to celebrate once again. I've always said it. It's not about one guy. It's about not a couple of guys. It's about the whole entire team, Mahomes said. We needed the defense to get the stops. They got the stops. Offense, we made plays. That's why we were so special. Kareem Hunt had a touchdown run, and Xavier Worthy had 6 catches for 85 yards and a score for Kansas City, which became just the fourth franchise to reach at least 3 consecutive Super Bowls within its 9th consecutive playoff victory. Every one of those is so special, said Clark Hunt, whose father Lamar's name adorns the AFC Championship trophy. What a game today. Travis, Patrick, and their teammates always find a way to get it done. That was true this whole year, and it's credit to Coach Reid. It's a credit to Coach Reid, and his amazing staff. Now we get to do something that's never been done before. Allen threw for 237 yards and 2 scores for Buffalo, while James Cook ran for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns of his own. Yet the Bills have not been to the Super Bowl since a run of 4 straight during the 1990 to 93 seasons. I told them they've got nothing to be ashamed of, Bills coach Sean McDermott said, and I love them. The Bills and Chiefs have become well acquainted over the years, meaning 8 times now since Kansas City beat Buffalo under the exact same circumstances. The AFC title game at Arrowhead Stadium to reach the Super Bowl in January 2021. Buffalo has won all 4 games in the regular season. Kansas City has won 4 that mattered in the postseason. All of that familiarity, along with the fact that McDermott once worked for Reed, was evident as the game transpired. The Bills refused to let Chelsea beat them like he did against the Texans in the divisional round, while Kansas City did everything it could to keep Allen from beating him with his legs or his arms for that matter. It was the Chiefs who took a 21-16 lead into the locker room after a topsy-turvy first half. Uh, and Mahomes and Kareem Hunt ran for scores, and Worthy had a touchdown reception as the teams traded the lead. Cook reached the end zone for Buffalo, and a spectacular touchdown catch by Mac Hollins just before halftime kept the Bills in the game. It remained a game of inches. In the second half, Cook barely reached across the goal line for a touchdown. The Chiefs stopped Allen inches shy of the marker on 4th down. Mahomes bulldozed into the end zone for a score. And the Bills answered with a 70-yard drive in which their MVP candidate quarterback hit Samuel on 4th and goal to tie the game at 29 all. 53 minutes and 45 seconds had been rendered moot. Everything came down to at least 6 minutes and 15 seconds of the game. To the last 6 minutes and 15 seconds of the game. The football, that's football, you know. That loss hurts. That's what makes this game what it is. Bills pass rusher Von Miller said, "We did everything in our power to win, and just ran out of time." Bills cornerback Christian Bedford was carted off in the first quarter and declared out with a concussion. He had spent the week in concussion protocol before getting cleared to play Sunday. The Chiefs are headed to the Big Easy to face the Eagles in the Super Bowl for the second time in 3 years. In the first game, they rallied from a 24-14 halftime deficit with Butker hitting a 27-yard field goal for the 38-35 win. So the Kansas City Chiefs are back in the Super Bowl, and it's a rematch of Super Bowl 57 2 years ago. And right now, I've got to give the game balls to the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes on the passing end of it, 18 of 26 carries and attempts, 245 yards, 1 touchdown. Patrick Mahomes on the rushing end of it, 11 attempts, 2 touchdowns, 43 yards. Xavier Worthy, 6 receptions, and 85 yards, 1 touchdown. And I give Travis Kelce for his 2 touchdowns that he scored. I give him a game ball as well. And I do tip my hat to the Buffalo Bills, and they'll be back at it next year, I think. And right now we're gonna talk about having some little technical problems here with my tablet. I'm sorry. And we're gonna get to the uh, NFC Championship game in just a sec. And joining me right now is my really good friend Matt Blumberg on the phone from Portland, Oregon. And Matt, boy, this Super Bowl is a rematch. Super Bowl 57 2 years ago, KC and Philly. What do you think? Yes, they did. 32-29. It's KC and Philly in the Super Bowl. So what do you think? It's a Super Bowl rematch of Super Bowl 57 from 3 years ago. 2 years ago, excuse me. Yeah, and yeah, it can. And yes, they do. They do have two good quarterbacks, and and they need a lot of help, and they do need to draft a quarterback, and I hope they can get it right this time. They better get it right. And I'm really looking forward to this Super Bowl with it being in New Orleans. I'm looking forward to it on Sunday, February 9th. And I'm leaning towards Philly because I don't know if Kansas City's going to be able to get past Saquon Barkley, and he's really been having just a heck of a season, boy. And I really, yeah, he used to play with the Giants, and now he's playing with Philadelphia, and now he's going to be playing in his first Super Bowl. Yeah, and the Chiefs are going for a three-peat in this one. Yes, he has, and I tip my hat to him. I say congratulations to that. And he's another one of those coaches to have 300 wins in this league. It's Don Shula. And also, Bill Belichick has over 300 wins as well. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But this is going to be an interesting Super Bowl. I think it's going to be a good game. Yes, we will. Yeah, yeah, I know it is. It's just gone from me. But they will have a great halftime show, though. Yeah, yeah, somebody will perform the national anthem, and I can't remember right now who it is. I just can't remember. And you will definitely see that there. Yeah, and I mean, that stadium's going to be packed. There's not going to be an empty seat in that stadium in Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. I would, but those Super Bowl tickets are expensive, so I would, yes, and uh, and I am leaning towards Philly. That's who I'm leaning towards to win this. But we'll see. I haven't made my final decision yet, though. Anything can happen. You're right, Matt. And yeah, they do. You're right. You're absolutely right. And yeah, Travis Kelce, former Cleveland Heights native Travis Kelce. Yes, yes, he is. And also Jason Kelce is from Ohio. Yes, and but I mean the Chiefs they've just been the team to beat these last few years, and I thought Buffalo would get it, but they just could not get over that hurdle to get it, and they wanted to get back to the Super Bowls for the Super Bowl since '93, but it was not the case this time. Yeah, well, but they just were not able to. But I think I don't know if any of the former Bills were there. I don't know this past Sun. Yeah, I believe so. Both Kelsey brothers have, yes. Well, Jason Kelsey used to play for Philly. He's retired now. And Kelsey is with the Chiefs, Travis Kelsey. And you know his girlfriend will be there when the Super Bowl takes place. It'll be Taylor Swift will be there. Yeah, that's Travis Kelsey's girlfriend, Matt. No. And but the Chiefs, they've really been the team to beat these past few years. And they've been tough. And a lot. And I had Washington for the Washington Philly game, and boy, just Philly just romped them, and they just couldn't. Washington just couldn't get over that hurdle, and boy, and gonna get back in the game, and yeah, but I think the Commanders will be back in it next year. I really think they will. No, it cannot, and Jaden Daniels. You're right. You're right, and I wanted to point out that Dallas Cowboys hired former offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer as their new head coach. You may have heard that. No, I don't either. But that's who Dallas has hired as their new head coach, and yeah, they fired Mike McCarthy. They have fired Mike McCarthy. You might have heard that too. But, and a lot of Browns off season's underway already, as well as the 49ers off season, which you're a fan of, and both teams have a lot of work to do. Of course, that when free agency comes about, the NFL Combine, and as well as the NFL Draft, which will be in April. So, most likely, I think he will be, but he's no longer with the Cowboys. So, yeah, yeah. I don't know. He might be vying for another one. I have no idea. And no, I'm not either. I had a feeling that might after this their season that they had the Cowboys. I had a feeling that that was going to happen. I had this gut feeling, and sure enough, oh, it did. So yeah, you're right. You're right. You yeah, you never know. You never know, man. And yeah, and you just never know what's going to happen in this league or the college football league or any league for that matter. Just never know, and you gotta yeah. But for the Las Vegas Raiders, that is amazing. You're right. That's the coach of the Seattle Seahawks, and that is amazing because I didn't know if he was going to coach again. I didn't know, but I think this might be a good fit for the Raiders. I think. Yeah, but I think Pete Carroll might be a good fit for the Raiders. What about you? Yeah, this upcoming season. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I think he is 73. I think I'm not sure, but I think he's 73. Yeah, yeah, I thought he would have too, but he wanted to coach again, so yeah. Well, Matt, it is. No, you're on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast, and it is 18 minutes to 10. So I want to thank you for being on, and I'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye bye. That was my friend Matt Blumberg, who you heard I was converting with on some NFL stuff and also the Super Bowl, and it will be the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 59 on February 9th, uh, 2025. And that will be at Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. It will be there. And kickoff for that game is at 6:30. And as you know, on February 9th, Super Bowl Sunday, you tune in uh, as Scott Sports 101. Every year, you know that I do my Super Bowl podcast, and I'll be doing Super Bowl 101 beginning at 11 a.m. And I'll be doing segments, and we'll do great moments in Super Bowl history. We'll preview the game. Uh, we'll relive some of the greatest plays in Super Bowl history, some of the greatest players in Super Bowl history. We might even do and we'll do have Super Bowl trivia questions, and we may even do some plays. I might even do that. So we shall see. And I will be starting at 11 a.m. doing that, and that will lead up to kickoff of Super Bowl 59 at 6:30 on Fox on February 9th, 2025. Which you'll get one of my regular podcasts later on this week. So that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 AFC Championship game post game show. I'll be back, as I said, with a regular podcast. You'll get a trivia question then. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.